Because I do want to hear what he said exactly.
They apologize
Men,
more.
especially NBA players, get with the white women. Is it because they're easy, quote unquote?
I got some theories,
What is
but
this woman?
I really want to hear it from you.
I do too. I want to hear it too.
I honestly think that maybe they appreciate maybe more and they apologize more.
She white.
Yeah, that was wild. She had to ask
Listen,
her.
Like some type of
I'm
Hispanic.
scared. Hold on.
No, she white. This is white in there.
Let's hold on.
Got a pocket for asking.
There's white in the background.
I had an interview with
They don't mind being held accountable.
I feel like, why do you feel
He
like?
like Judge Mathis.
I think accountability
Joe Brown in the
and
face.
certain things are connected to, I guess, the way you were raised, right? Because
Yeah, but why would they be any more accountable when they
I'm
have
about to explain.
when they have the country at their feet? Right? It doesn't make sense. That's literally the opposite. Of
Well,
what
no,
they-
but we're talking about to their man specifically, so that's a different engagement.
well, accountability
right?
is accountability, right?
I know. Women are infamous for not being accountable, but I would say I think the perception of white women being less accountable is more so about the social structure in most black families, where a lot of black women were raised only by black women, so their engagement with men is it's not really there in terms of even when women talk about submission and shit like that, it's like this magical thing where they're like, oh yeah, I'll submit when the man is man enough for whatever. I think 9 times out of 10, it's you just don't want to. He could do everything, he could check every box, and you still gonna be like, all right, so the fuck what? I'm not gonna correction to some women feels like control.
Yeah, but you speak from a place of hurt when you talk
No,
about
I
that
don't.
type of shit, right?
No, I don't. I have a lot of female friends,
Yeah,
and
I
I've
know.
had these conversations.
But it's always-
You're making an assumption.
Okay.
But you're making an
And you-
assumption
and you
because
are
you've
as
never
well.
dated a white woman.
No,
or
making-
most black women. You
Wait.
dated 3 or 4
I-
that you know,
that's-
and that's that.
that's not true.
You don't know.
And
Yeah,
what I'm saying
none
is-
of us can say the
Okay,
most, the
I'm,
bulk.
I'm,
We can't
I'm
say
giving
that.
you my opinion.
Exactly.
Yeah,
And
so-
all of it's an opinion. You just said I'm
Yeah.
making an assumption. That's what you doing too, nigga.
Yeah,
Both
so
are.
I'm basing this off my opinion. I can't
Yeah,
say it's a fact.
but
I don't
we
know
both are.
every black woman.
So why bring up the fact that I'm making an assumption if you are
Well,
too?
can I say this?
We
because
both are.
We're both making assumptions.
Yeah, so
and
why
I let
say
you
that?
because I let you get yours off. Can I
Ah.
finish what I'm saying?
You already said it. Yeah, go ahead. Keep
Yeah.
going.
So I
Can you
was
put
saying,
a timer on because I think really my son really don't know how long he's going. Pause.
It's possible. It's very possible.
but y'all get to talk without the interruption, the constant
What?
back and forth.
I don't, Reg.
All right. Now,
We do a podcast with you.
With impunity. Nigga.
Nobody gets to talk uninterrupted.
Fuck you.
That's a
G.
good
All right.
word.
Yeah, you just be wild.
all right, you
Go ahead,
right?
though, Reg.
Y'all can move on.
Nah, we not.
But this is what I wanted to say real quick to give some context, though, which is why what he's saying may have some credence, Pop, and what we
It don't.
can't even speak to what he's saying, and this is what I'm saying is this. He specifically is talking about NBA players. That is a fraternity none of us are a part of, right? And so if white women are going after these men who are multimillionaires in this case, then they may possibly be more accountable, more apologetic, more agreeable, more submissive, or whatever.
And that would be any woman that's attaining one of them.
Yeah, with money.
So he
I
can
feel like
only
that's
speak
most
to
women.
his peers and his experiences. We can't even speak to their experiences because they are different than ours. Although we might all get joints, it's different
Gilbert
than how they
Arenas took
do
one
it.
of my bitches before.
I can believe that.
This was like 2008.
Was she white?
No.
What it come-
Took her straight, you know what I'm saying? Never
Yeah.
seen the motherfucker again for like
I
another
would
year and a half. until
expect
this nigga was
that.
done with
I'd
it.
expect that. Yeah.
Boom. Brought her back. Now she's back regular.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? What I'm saying is she was accountable beforehand. She was
Right.
appreciative of beforehand. But now she has a career. And now she's somebody. She's in the background of videos and
Yeah.
things like that. She's somebody important now.
And what I'm saying with that context is it possible that white women seeing those multimillionaires may be a little more?
But I would
can't-
I would
but
apply
he's
that.
speaking to that.
I would
I
apply
can't
that
say
to
that, nigga.
black women too, though.
Yeah, like nigga.
Like any woman.
But again, I'm going by his experience.
So-
We're not NBA players.
I'm not about to
We're not.
defend. I'm not
But
defending
then-
white
but then-
joints, or I'm not
No,
defending
I'm not
with,
saying you
or
are.
I'm not going
I'm saying
against.
his interactions are going to be different.
Because
though.
we're
How
talking
women
about
approach a multimillionaire
opinions.
and how they approach us is different.
We're talking
Hold on.
about
What you
opinions
said was
versus
right.
opinions.
Yeah.
How women.
Yeah. So
No
we would
white.
have to ask them.
There's no black. There's no Latin. There's no Asian. It's women.
So
He may have that. He may have certain context.
Yeah.
You're
And I
talking
think-
about opinions versus opinions,
Exactly.
and then everybody's individual experience is different, so they're going to apply their experience
Correct.
Of
to
course.
whatever it is. So
Right.
I mean, it's not a winning thing. It's basically this is my experience. This is what I think.
There's no
and then
fact-based.
because
No way.
your experience is so drastically different, you're not going to engage with what my belief system is. So it's like it doesn't matter.
And I think it's just hard to understand where he is at because he probably has very different experiences with women.
yeah,
Just look at the Karen shit. right? You don't oftentimes, I mean, how often do you see the black woman on camera being the Karen, right? It's the white lady fully flipping over nothing, right? And this is a regular occurrence. So where's the accountability, right?
Yeah.
You took her parking spot or whatever, like she'll ram the back of your car, all types of crazy shit.
Mm-hmm.
That's a white lady that's doing
But that's not a white lady in relationship with a multimillionaire black man. It's completely different situations, Bob.
We don't know who they in relationships with.
Amar, we got to take that out of it, though.
I can't respond to that.
And that's exactly what I'm trying to say.
I don't know
His
that.
context is different. Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean,
we're talking about
Paul
his
just needs to be
statement.
real with
We're not
himself.
talking. He didn't say for ball players.
Yes,
He's
exactly
making-
what he said.
No, she asked.
That's what she said.
No, I
That was the
understand.
question.
She asked about ball players. He made a general statement though.
I don't
them.
think about ball
Okay,
players.
then.
I was answering
Then
the question.
okay, fine. So if we're connected to ball players, there's no connection.
And that's all I'm saying.
So then
He might
we
be
have
right.
to remove the ball player
I
for
can't
us
say
so
he
we
might
can
be
have
right.
the
I
conversation.
totally just-
For ball players, he might
No,
be.
He just needs to be
might
honest
be right
with
about
himself.
women, not white nigga.
Yeah.
What's the
Paul
difference?
Pierce used to say, I like white bitches.
Yeah.
Say that.
I don't think he was saying he didn't know.
I
Nah, he
know,
didn't
but that's
say
what I'm
that.
saying. But you don't have to say, oh, well, they're this and that. Like, no, that's
Dog,
just your preference.
I'll be
What if
honest,
Paul
if you
Pierce
have-
genuinely had that experience though, like we can't. It is.
He
that's
might
my
have,
only thing.
Hey, what
but it
experience?
might be skewed.
That white women and black women
No,
approach
that
you
his
different.
women.
Yeah.
That his 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 or 10 or 20 bitches that he had.
Yeah.
The white ones were more accountable and more appreciative.
Yeah, that
than
could
the
really
black.
be his
That could
experience.
be his experience
Yeah.
for those 20 bitches.
So it
Those
could also
60 bitches.
then
Nah,
it could
nigga.
also then be his experience with the brothers in that fraternity that he speaks to. Like he does, we don't speak to NBA players on a regular basis.
Regardless, NBA.
I don't know,
What
my
I'm
nigga.
saying is women. I don't give a fuck about the monetary.
It doesn't matter about the race.
That matters.
Nah.
Yeah, there's
No, it doesn't.
Monetary don't matter.
No. I think after a certain tax bracket, it doesn't matter what fucking race you are. Like, finances basically translates to do whatever the fuck you want. That's just how it is.
Yeah, I think accountability is lacked overall. I mean,
Yeah.
niggas nowadays.
Yeah,
Boy.
that's
Niggas
fact.
be in here talking craziness and then be saying just the wildest shit and be incorrect and then blame it on something else.
Facts.
Right? You know what I'm saying? And
Accountability
never
is hard to come by.
It's difficult. That's a great
Yes.
way to put it.
Yes.
Period. Across the board for humans.
I agree with you.
We'll go out of our way to find someone else to take the blame.
100%.
Instead of just saying, nigga, the onus is on me. This wouldn't have happened if I didn't put myself in this situation. This wouldn't have happened if, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's a fact.
Accountability is just hard to find. Paul,
The tricky
That's a
thing,
fact.
and this is again my experience.
black, white, whatever.
The tricky thing is, and I feel like in most cases with men, niggas might try to avoid accountability for the most part, but then you present enough facts, a nigga will eventually like acquiesce and be like, all right, nigga, you got me, right? Fam, a joint will, like, you could put a videotape in front of her and everything like that, and then she'll just break down and start crying, or like, dog, or she'll flip it and blame you for some shit.
all, but yeah,
or
that's true.
like, dog.
And I was about to say, even in that, our experiences are different because that's not what I've experienced.
Yeah, so then, I mean,
Yeah,
everybody's
I
experience is
But that's
different.
what I'm saying. You talking to a nigga that's mad at his wife for
Nah,
putting a
it's
fucking
not-
hanger on the doorknob.
No, it's not.
Remember how much
it's-
pressure he put into that? That's what I'm saying. Our experiences.
All our experiences are unique. Yeah.
So
Break the
what I'm
fucking
saying is,
door.
Yeah, like I cannot be that worked up over. I can't. I physically am not able to do so. Reg might be that way about something that I am worked up about.
True.
Right? So it's just what it is, my nigga. We can't, like he said, son.
Everybody's
I can't-
different.
You can't speak to another nigga like, dog, that's what matters to you.
Yeah.
And
I'll
I don't
be
place any value or importance on that. On not putting something on the fucking back of the door now. There's no value on that. You could put 100, if you can fit 100 hangers on it, you could be 100.
That's not fair.
So, question.
That's
Can
not
I
how I feel.
interject something?
Sure.
Can we agree that when you do present a situation of discomfort to a female, her response isn't usually, you know what, my bad?
Yes.
It's
Yeah.
usually
100%.
it's
But you
usually
said-
what you said,
What-
and then the reaction to what you said, and now it's about the reaction instead
Yes.
of
Nine times
and that
out of
goes,
10.
and that's
that-
across the board.
Yes,
across the
with
board.
joints.
That's not
100%.
black,
It's
that's not
black.
Hawaiian,
You
that's
are
not Asian.
100% correct.
Correct.
If you did something wrong, it's your fault. If she did something wrong, somehow it's still your fault. Every joint
That's
always.
crazy. I haven't
forever.
experienced that, but
And
I
Your
respect y'all
patience might be
experiences.
different, and you're like, I think and I don't take this the wrong way. I think you're evolved, and like you have like some type of maybe higher level emotional intelligence, some shit, and maybe you just let certain things go.
Now
that,
you're flirting, my nigga.
Nah, that's crazy.
Appreciate you.
But I'm just saying,
You have
to a
one
degree,
flies in my-
like if something,
Cross his legs,
like,
say, appreciate you, man.
if something doesn't bother you, right? Because you said the doorknob shit wouldn't bother you.
Courtesy.
So there's not even a opportunity for you to hold her accountable because you're not even calling her on the shit.
Yeah.
So if you never call her on no shit, there's nothing for her to be accountable for. So how do you talk if a joint does something to piss you off? How do you talk to her?
Not like you talk, Reg. That's very clear.
Bitch. I don't even bark.
Yeah,
I don't
so
bark
Think
at
about
joints.
it, though. Now think about it, though.
Yeah.
You don't have to ask. You can answer that yourself.
Yeah.
Because if that's the way he approaches everything in his life,
Yeah.
then it's probably received differently.
Yeah, I think emotional availability and your ability to express might be different than mine. My therapist taught me to what my therapist taught me is give someone your ouch, right? And so
Give someone your what?
Your ouch. So if she hurt my feelings, I know how to say, this is how you hurt my feelings. This is how I'm feeling. I think a lot of men struggle with how they are feeling. I think oftentimes when a joint asks you how you're feeling, you respond with logic. How often do you tell your joint how you feel, not what you're thinking? How am I feeling? Well, listen, today was this happened and that happened, and you know what I mean? I don't really got a lot of time, and you start to respond with logic, and that's what men do.
Yeah.
We're analytical.
Oftentimes,
Maybe when you deal with older women too, so I feel like that's a
I
factor.
deal with women by
oftentimes,
slightly younger too. But go ahead.
men deal with emotional situations logically.
Logically,
Women
with
deal
logic.
with logical situations with emotion.
Emotionally, yep.
And that's the problem. Like sometimes you got to stop and ask yourself, like, "Oh, I'm dealing with this is an emotional situation. I'm presenting logic."
Reg, when the last time you
She don't
told
want
a
to actually
woman?
solve anything. She
Yeah.
just wants to say shit.
Yes.
But that's how niggas were raised. Let's be honest, right?
Yeah.
Niggas just say things like, "Oh well, niggas don't deal with their emotions, right?" Dog. At what point in time does anyone, as a man though, as you're growing up, is anyone engaging with how you feel about shit?
So here's my response.
No,
okay,
I didn't
you're
finish.
not done. My fault.
I didn't finish.
You're right, Reg.
Wait,
Go.
So
I'll respond.
your whole, as a man, your whole life is graded on results and what you can do and what you can provide.
Yes.
Right? So at what point are you engaging with how I feel? You don't give a fuck about how I feel.
Want you to feel it
It's
too.
whether or not the shit is
job
done.
Shit, facts.
When I pull up, is it done or is it not done? That's all you care about. You don't care about how I feel.
Who is this person that's jumping at this?
And I'm not saying society as a whole.
Yo, that nigga
So-
right. You bugging.
So now,
I didn't know if he was talking about your
of
partner.
course
I'm like
you're
your
joint.
partner. That's
he
not-
is talking about his partner also.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm like,
yeah, I'm about to say we got to talk about
That
somebody
too.
specific.
Yeah,
I'm
like,
talking to
what?
society.
That too. Nah, Reg, it's
Why
okay.
y'all
It's okay.
playing on so
No,
many?
it's okay.
I don't get on the
I'm not
phone with
gonna say that.
society.
I'm not going to say
He's
that
talking about his
about
partner
her.
too, but that's a fact.
I'm not going to say that about
Now,
her.
when I say partner, I'm talking about
No,
I'm saying-
I'm not going to say that.
don't backtrack. I'm not going to let you do that.
backtracking.
I'm not going to let you do that.
I'm not going to backtrack.
'Cause you are 100%
'Cause
right.
I'll be 100% with you.
Is it done or
And
not?
that is not who she is as a person.
That is your experience.
That being said, how much, just be honest, everybody in this room, how much
Don't put my
time-
bitch in this, my nigga.
Yeah. But you can put mine in it?
No, my nigga.
No.
You did already.
You
did already.
No, your bitch hang mad shit on the door now, but my joint know where to put that.
You did it already. That's why I said that.
Crazy.
Don't
No,
put my
what I'm
bitch
saying
in
is-
it. No, man.
Okay, then my experience.
Thank you for watching. If you made it this far, please like, comment, and subscribe. For more content, click over here. And most importantly, sign up for our Patreon. We need the money. Reg, stop lying.
What you thought? Tell me what you thought. What you thinking? What you thought? What you thought?